where we are into the final hours now of people casting their ballots.
A couple hours left. We have team coverage with our political reporter Marianne Ahern on the presidential and other big races we're following. First, let's turn to NBC5's Charlie Wojciechowski at the Chicago Board of Elections to talk about how those polling sites are doing today. Charlie?
This is still a very busy place right now, Stephen. There's a line going around the block and cutting through this room right now. There are about 1.4 million registered voters in the city of Chicago, and right now they're talking about voter turnout of about 55%. So if you're planning on voting still, you better be prepared to be patient. An historic day with historically long lines. Here in Lincoln Park, many of those waiting to cast their ballots are DePaul students. And this will be the first time they get to participate in the electoral process.
So I just want to get out, use my voice, and, make a difference any way I can.
I think it's not only a right to be able to vote, but also a privilege. So if I'm going to be able to come here today, I want to be grateful for being here.
I think like every other American, we want our voice to be heard.
It is a process that did not start smoothly. Here at the Ogden School, some voters learned the hard way that a critical piece of hardware had failed in one of the precincts.
There seemed to be some issues with the system. I was registering as a new voter, and it wasn't a smooth process.
According to the Chicago Board of Elections, Ogden was not alone.
Ogden had an issue with their e-poll book, but what we understand, there were a few other e-poll books in a handful of precincts across the city where same-day registration was not allowing voters to check in through the e-poll book.
Voters were encouraged to either wait or come back later. They could also cast their ballots at one of the other vote centers around the city, but lines at those centers, like here in Lincoln Park, were long. Now, here in Illinois, you can cast your ballots between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. ID is not required unless you're registering to vote. In Indiana, it's 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you do need an ID. In Wisconsin, the times are 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and like Indiana, an ID is required. You still have time to get out and vote today, and that's what a lot of these people are doing, making sure their addresses here are correct and making sure they can use their right to vote today. Reporting live from the Board of Elections, Charlie Wojciechowski, NBC5 News.
A lot of enthusiasm. We like to see that.